This is what I've been working on in the last 2 weeks. I've just been doing some art in my new art book. This is mixed media paper. So this is the first page. As I say, the hardest thing when you start a new book is putting something on the first page. Then I have done nothing on this one. And I have done some backgrounds, which I will add some things to. I'm waiting on purchasing some stencils and some other art supplies, but I'm just having a play with colour. These are, I think these are gouache. Yeah, I was playing with gouache, and then I sort of got a little bit into colour, just playing around. These are just the first layer. So that is what I've been doing in this one. These are a little play I had just with some ordinary paint and ink. They're individual, but they're on one sheet. But on this paper, the paper's buckled a little bit, so may have got just a little bit too wet. But that's what I've been up to as I recuperate. Good afternoon, everyone. It is just 12:10 on Friday. I thought I'd better get on and check in. This is week 2 of being in my room on my bed with my foot elevated. I have been to the hospital and saw the surgeon on Monday. He checked it. There was a hematoma which had burst at the bottom of the incision between my 2 toes, and there was a bit of open wound at the top, but he said it was okay, so the nurse just redressed it. They didn't put the cast back on. She just bound it again, and I was sent on my way. I struggled through a shower on Wednesday, and I noticed that the wound was still oozing, so I rang my general doctor and spoke to the nurse, and the nurse said to come in and they would have a look. The second time they've taken the dressing off it, my body gets a bit of a shock when it sees it. I think, oh my gosh, what have I put my poor foot through? But as my son said, at the end of the day, you'll be able to walk, and that is what keeps me going. The nurse got the doctor to come in, and he said it didn't look like it was infected. My foot felt slightly warm, but not overly. But he said he thought better to give antibiotic cover anyway. So I'm on antibiotics. She's redressed it, and I have to go back on Monday for her to see. Or she was a fill-in nurse, so the next nurse to have a look and see if there's been any change. She actually took a photo of it so that the nurse coming on will be able to see, so that's attached to my files. It's still a matter of staying on my bed, heel pressure, going from here to the bathroom. Being immobile for so long, I must admit that it does take a lot of your energy, because your strength, I think, for women is from our waist down. That's where our strength lies. We're not as strong in the upper body, so that's been quite a bit of a workout. I have been doing some art. I've done some backgrounds, and I did a sketch of the trees out the window because I'm getting extremely bored. There's only so much TV you can watch, and I'm usually just watching YouTube because I get more variety. Eating wise, he's still preparing the meals. Bread has crept in because it's easy. You can put tomato, cucumber, those sorts of things in between it. Poached eggs on toast is easy. I must admit, I've had air fryer fries, the crinkle cut ones, with a selection of, well, last night was eggs and cottage cheese. The day before he did a burger with coleslaw, a sourdough bun, a fried egg, because I've got to have protein at each meal. That's how he's giving me the protein I need. So when he was doing tea last night, I went out again, and I'm able to stand for a little while. So I did my overnight oats, and I've had that for 3 days. Today's the 4th day because I made another 3, and that is keeping me satisfied. And it's got chia seeds in, it's got pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, slivered almonds, oats, Greek yogurt and blueberries. So I'm getting a good dose of protein there, because protein helps heal the body and also helps with weight loss. I want my son to pick up some more vegetables and things, because I will be able to sit and chop some veggies, because I want to make another vegetable soup with chili in it. I really enjoyed that, and yeah, I had that virtually for tea or lunch the last 2 weeks. It was just nice with a couple of slices of toast with a bit of butter on. After the doctors yesterday, I could feel my body wanting to emotionally eat, and I was fighting it all the way home. And then there was a garage, and I said to my son, can you get in there? And he did, and I bought a large bag of salt and vinegar crisps, and I said to him, do they have Belgian biscuits? I thought they were the lesser of the evils of chocolate or cake or that sort of thing. So he came out with chocolate chip cookies. Well, I'm not over fussed on those, but I did eat 3, and the last 3 I've put on the bench in the kitchen for him to have. I don't feel like I need that now, but it was really interesting how I could see the emotional thing with food. And when I think back to my childhood, when I was really sick or I had a fever or something, I remember my mother would bring me things to help soothe the pain, the fever, the feeling of being unwell. So that is something that I've learned just laying here. Now that I'm aware of that one, I can move forward. But I do feel like I have gained weight, but I won't know until I get on the scales. I know that my foot is holding fluid, and I know that after operations it does hang around for anywhere from 3 to 8 weeks. We'll see how that goes. But other than that, it is really warm here again today. We're still in double digits. It was 27 degrees on Wednesday, I think it was. Don't quote me on that, but I know it was 27 degrees at some point through the week. And the sun coming through here is actually very, very warm. As you can tell, my face is quite flushed. And I do have the window open, but there's not a scrap of breeze. So that's the update. I'm just gonna keep going. I haven't taken any video of food, but I will show you some photographs of what I have been just doing while I've been laid here. This morning I started on a book, and it's this one, and I'm already nearly 3/4 of the way through. It's the book of trees and art, and I love trees. He said he'd see me in 6 weeks. From Monday it'll be 5 weeks, and I go back and see him. So hopefully everything's all healed up and I can start moving. I will be so ecstatic to be back on my feet. And yeah, my gardens are starting to get a few weeds. So as I came back from the car after my appointment at the nurse's yesterday, I plucked out a few weeds. I really miss being out there, but there's nothing more fulfilling than working towards a health goal, knowing that there's going to be so much more that you can do. Outside today, it isn't too bad. It's a little cloudy. Yesterday it was very warm. As you can see, I have all my bits and pieces beside me, and they're keeping me busy. At the moment I'm watching Nikki in a vlog at Chessington World of Adventure. That has been my week of recovery so far. I shall be back next week with another video. Hopefully I will be up moving around a lot more. This morning I got up and got myself my overnight oats, which I had made 2 days ago, and made myself a cup of tea. So I am getting there. If you're not subscribed, please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment and share if you think there is someone out there that may benefit from this crazy life of mine, and I will see you in my next video. Take care everyone, and have a lovely, blessed weekend.